Hey guys, it's Amanda Galindo here with Keller Williams Realty Integrity Northwest and the Galindo Real Estate Group. We are doing our real estate market update here at one of my favorite places in Buffalo. I actually always make the jaunt. So one thing that you need to know about me is that I love being on the patio in the summertime. Any chance that I can get, I will be out there. And my husband is super hot-blooded, so I have to find friends to come with me, and this is one of my favorite spots to go to. They have really, really good food. Normally we come here for the deep dish pizza, and I'm actually getting one to go because I'm trying to be good on my diet. My nutrition, I'll call it, with barrels. So if you guys are in the area, it's just right off of Highway 55 as you're heading towards Rockford. It's been through a lot of different ownership, but Norm's has been here for a long time, for a while now. So they got a really nice patio. It's super nice out here, and they have really good food. So I'll get to the market update here quick. So a lot has been going on. The spring has been absolutely nuts as far as listings selling super fast. Buyers in multiple offers, all that kind of stuff. And now we're finally starting to see the trend of the listings going up. Average days on market is 38 days. Back in 2016, it was 41 days. Average list price in the Northwest Metro. So again, we always talk about school districts, and that's kind of the Northwest Metro, and that's what, area that we really focus on and specialize in. So it's Monticello, Big Lake, St. Michael, Albertville, and Elk River. And Elk River includes Zimmerman, Elk River, and Rogers, and part of Otsego. So kind of encompasses that whole hub. Average list price is $276,232, and average sale price is $265,943. So most of the sellers are getting at least 96% of their list to sale price. So agents are listing the houses properly. Months of inventory, we're still in a seller's market. 4 months of inventory, which is actually up from 2 months of inventory in May. And last June at this time, it was only 3 months. So we're seeing that inventory trend up. A lot of the sellers are realizing that they have a lot of equity in their homes. They're realizing that they can sell for more than what they bought. They're finally not upside down. And so now what we're going to see is we're going to have a lot more competition to compete with when it comes to listings on the market. So we're going to have, instead of a couple houses, you're going to have 10, 20 houses to compete with. And that's one thing to think about when you're listing your home. And something that we've been advising our clients to do, list in the slower months. It's not a bad time to list, but it's still a great time either way. It's still a seller's market. So just to give you an example, 5 months or less of inventory is going to be considered a seller's market. 5 to 7 is a balanced market, and 7+ months of inventory is going to be considered a buyer's market. So that's kind of a snapshot of what's going on there. If you have any real estate questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Gina. She is the buyer specialist, and I am the listing specialist, so we both can help you with that. And I just wanted to touch base on one thing that we have been running into that happened to us 3 times in the last 2 months, and that's contingencies. So because the inventory is so low and people are wanting to find a home before they list their home because they don't want to be homeless, we're needing to put offers in on houses contingent upon the sale of their property. So that's great. We'll get the offer accepted. If another offer comes in on the house they want to buy that's non-contingent, the agent, their seller's agent, can call it, which means that we have X amount of days to remove all contingencies. We have to sell their home. We have to have their buyers under contract, their new buyers under contract on their home, and they have to have their inspection done and negotiated. What's important about this is you need to have an agent that understands that process, because if we wouldn't have been as aggressive as we were, we would have lost all 3 of those houses for our buyers. And so one thing that we've been doing to help alleviate some of that stress is we've been asking for additional days to remove the contingency. So in the past, it used to be 2 to 3 days to remove the contingency of the sale of your property. we've been asking for 5+ days, kind of whatever the listing agent will get us. So that's one thing to be aware of and important to understand. You also need to have an agent that understands and realizes the importance of networking. So the other one, we had almost lost out on a deal, but we were able to get into a property and get it under contract before it even hit the market because of the networking that we do for you guys. So just a little tidbit I wanted to mention. It's really important to hire a professional agent, one that does a lot of business, that understands the market, that networks the market, and understands the area and what's going on. So again, if you're in Buffalo, come check out Norm's. It's an awesome restaurant, one of my favorites. Patio's awesome, the food's awesome, everything's great. So, and if you guys have any real estate questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, myself or Gina, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks.